Task 2 in this unit is an extension of Task 1, where you were required to research and learn about the vocational education and training industry and its relevant stakeholders. If you haven't completed Task 1, I would stop this video now, go back and complete Task 1 first. This task really is an extension, as I mentioned, of Task 1. In this task, you're required to put together a consultation group of peers. Now, it could be peers that are studying the course with you, it could be peers back in your workplace, and have a conversation with them to learn a little bit more about the vocational education and training sector and how it impacts on industry and your current or upcoming role as a trainer assessor. It's always interesting to talk to other people from other industries as well. The impact that the VET sector might have on one industry is quite different than, say, for instance, another. And this is you extending your learning to not just look at how vocational education and training plays out in your industry, but also how it plays out in a wider context across Australia. You are to discuss and respond to a range of questions as a result of that consultation. So use these questions to actually guide the conversation that you're going to have. So let's have a look at these questions that will guide that conversation that you're going to undertake. So the first question is outline the compliance requirements for trainers and assessors. Now that means if you've got a group of people that are all from different industries, that's great because you get to learn what their compliance requirements are. For example, the compliance requirements for somebody who works in an RTO is going to be very different than the compliance requirements for somebody that just works in private enterprise. So it's really a great thing to talk to other people in other industries. If you've got a group of people that all come from the same industry, you're probably not going to get a lot of diversity in what you're learning there. So it's good to actually mix up your group and consult with other people from other industries. And don't forget here, it does ask you to use some examples to support your responses. Question 2, outline how the AQF applies and how it impacts on your delivery of accredited training. And again, using some examples back in your workplace. For example, in your workplace, do people undertake a Certificate 2 or a Certificate 3 as part of a traineeship? Do you have school-based traineeships also? Do you have people that are in senior management that might undertake graduate studies or diploma level studies? So again, some good examples there would be great. Outline VET policy and how it impacts on the roles and responsibilities of trainers and assessors. VET policy is quite a broad thing, so make sure that you're having, a nice robust conversation about the roles of trainers and assessors and VET policy and how it impacts. It may be the case that vocational education and training policy actually doesn't impact on you and the type of training and assessing that you do in the workplace. So see if you can learn from others how it does impact. And question 4, outline best practice in developing ongoing knowledge in the vocational education and training sector and to ensure professional development in the sector and also in the industry that you work within. So have a talk to, again, your peers, find out what they do for professional development. It actually is a really critical part of our role as trainers and assessors within RTOs, particularly if we're actually audited against that, but also within any kind of business. There's no point being a trainer and still doing or telling the same stories that you did 10 years ago when your industry has gone through significant change. So professional development is a key part of what we do. Right, so I hope those tips have helped you with this particular task. We look forward to receiving your submission.